Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Welcome back to the channel, the Kop TV. I'm here with the 50k view kid, Welford. Listen, bro, not ideal. You're devastated.
No. Yeah. I am. The thing is though, I've been saying like the past week that we won't go through, and I just knew we weren't. But it feels as bad as I didn't think it was. I feel even worse. Like it's not good seeing your team put on a decent performance in my eyes. It was better than what we've seen at home, especially.
Yeah.
And it's a bit gutted. I think a lot of people worked hard, which we wanted to see. We put a bit of a fight in, but you've got to take your chances. If you have a proper striker in that game, you're 3-0 up in 25 minutes, which is massive. And I think I feel like some players could get moved on nowadays. And you need to bring in someone who is a big player, brings a lot of eyes to the club, can score goals, and just maybe a bit of a rebuild, especially in the attacking threat. Because defensively, again tonight we were fine. I heard you say with Doyle's one that. Phillips had Benzema in his pocket, one of the best forwards in the world. He didn't really have much, didn't have anything today. He obviously did in the first leg, but defensively we are sound, and we have been defensively all right the past couple of weeks. It's just we create the chances up front and we just cannot finish them. And yeah, it's not what you want to see, but I think time's come maybe to let one of the traditional front three go and move on and get someone new in and fresh legs, fresh system. But I'd definitely keep Kop. But I just feel like something just needs to change because it's the same old over every game. And we can't seem to score.
Salah obviously still has 28 goals this season, but there's definitely a shout. I mean, I'm even going to throw Mane into that now as well for that conversation of...
Oh, definitely, yeah.
As he passed it a little bit, I mean, we just haven't seen the same Mane. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I watched the game and thought Mane has had an absolute worldie there.
I know, same. He's the one for me that has to go. Even Firmino, Salah's staying. Salah has to stay. Yeah. I know. Again, I sound a bit silly, but he like just looks like he actually wants to be like he's sharp. He's the sharpest one out the front three. I thought today he was like making the runs. He works well with Trent. Recently they've been working better. He looks a bit sharper than the others. But for me, Mane and Firmino, they can go tomorrow. I am honestly not bothered. I'd drive him to the airport myself, and I can't even bloody drive. I just feel like Mane is. I don't know. I am. Even as you said though, when was the last time Mane had a good game? That's the thing. Mane. I just feel like he's trying too hard. He's trying too hard to press. Exactly. He's trying too hard to impress people, and he just can't do the basics. He doesn't score goals. He doesn't create anything. Whereas Salah, if he has a bad game, he'll probably end up scoring. Or if he doesn't score, he'll bring a threat. You know what I mean? Mane doesn't do any of that. You know what I mean? So for me, Mane or Firmino have to go. For me, have to go. But all I'm clinging on to now with Mane is hopefully next season when you get everyone back, everyone's fit, you start the brand new season, you put us behind us, he starts kicking into gear and starts going again. Like last year, he was one of the best forwards in the world. He was our most important player behind Van Dijk or even in front of Van Dijk. He was very, very good. He was out injured for a couple of games. He came back. I remember off the bench against Norwich, being on the pitch 2 minutes, scores. He used to be so clinical and was by far the best forward Liverpool had all season. Salah might have outscored him, but he was always the one that would impress you more. He's always the one that would always get your eye, and he'd always be the one that would create your chances. Now, the drop-off has been so big with Mane, it makes him look even worse because he was that good. Now he's that bad. It looks like he's gone even worse than he was. But I feel like for me, Salah, I'm happy to keep and I want to stay. But I think Mane and Firmino, I'd really be worried if I was them too. They need to start kicking into gear, getting a couple of goals and getting a bit of confidence back because I'd happily let them go. And I think a lot of people would after the recent performances with Mane. Like he's not even like looking like he wants to be there. He doesn't not trying in the attacking threat. He doesn't really bring you much defensively. And the amount of times he lost the ball today was just shocking. And I'd happily drop him against Leeds. I'd play the front three against Villa because I think they did all right against Villa, and they've all proven themselves.
When Salah had that chance after 2 minutes in, bro, and it's the clearest chance we had the whole game, and you would assume if that goes in 2 minutes, I'm sorry, but I think
I totally agree. I think everyone's been saying it. Just flashbacks of Barca when Origi's like.
When you missed that, was there a small, tiny thought maybe at the back of your mind that was like, we're going to miss that, we're going to rue that mischance there?
definitely. And like in that moment, the one you want that ball to fall to is Salah, innit? You don't want Firmino or Mane anywhere near that chance. It is Salah, and he just can't put away. And yeah, I just feel like I said it at half time. The first half of the first leg is going to come back and haunt us, and the first half of this leg is going to come back and haunt us. We had so many chances in this first half which we should have put away. At least 2 of them, I'm saying. The first one definitely should be 1-0, and Wijnaldum and Salah both had good enough chances that they should be putting away at their level. And then maybe the odd other 1-0 there, but it should definitely have been at least 2-0. And the first half in the first leg, we just got absolutely dominated with a 2-0 down like that. And I think that's what's lost us the tie. And yeah, and I just feel like as the clock's going on, you just know, and you start whipping balls into the box hopelessly. People are losing the ball, stupid passes, and it was just at every minute you just knew the hope was going. Like, yeah, and exactly, you think they'd put a bit of a fight in for the 96 for tomorrow and that, but no. But I'm telling you now, if that goal goes in, easy go through 1 goal in 80 minutes, let's say, 85 minutes.
If that goal goes in, and Trent doesn't do a 1 in 100 mistake, and Alisson has a strong wrist, we go through tonight. And I know it's ridiculous me sitting there saying if and but. Yeah. But the harsh facts are we've lost this tie because of 2 defensive mistakes, and
it's the first leg. It came back to haunt us big time because I just feel like we were quite comfortable tonight. I thought we weren't exceptionally well, but we were good. It was a good enough performance to go through. I thought we had the chances which we hadn't been creating. Defensively, we were I'm going to say solid. They didn't really have much. You do get a bit edgy because you've got Kabak and Phillips, of course you do. But again, they might not be the best technically in that. But of course they do the shift. They put it in, and yeah, exactly what he just said there. I think for me, Mane, I just
big up.
Yeah, but I feel like that today was definitely a good enough performance, and you had enough chances to go through and score 2 goals. And I said it, like 2-0 on paper at Anfield you can do that. Liverpool can do that, no matter how bad they've been. You can win 2-0 alone, but they've brought it. But for me, it's the first leg that has lost. If it was 2-1, 1-1, maybe, but we lost it in the first half of that first leg. It was well gone.
Yeah, you called it last week, bro. Listen, unfortunately, it's another European exit for Liverpool.
Yeah, top 4 now.
I'm going to go and drink this Cypriot grape mark spirit that Dave, Real Madrid fan, bought myself and Doyle. Big up to everyone that's watched the Don Robbie channel tonight. We've got one more interview to come with Darren Welford. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, later.